Hi everyone and welcome to my place. Isn't this just the most divine design? Of all of the designs that I do, this is my preferred all-time favorite go-to. It looks like it's very complicated, but it's not. Now, I also said that I was on the hunt for some really beautiful artificial or permanent botanical flowers. Well, I found them, and these are available from Prestige Botanicals, and I'll put the link down the bottom so that you can go to their website. But I like to have something like this in my lounge all of the time, because every time I look at it, it just reminds me of summer. I'm going to strike it and I'm going to show you just how easy this is to put together. You will love yourselves. Out they came and there they are. Okay, I've got this really lovely, I'm calling it my Ming vase, and it's big and it's round and it's sturdy, and the blue and white, I think that blue and white can go into any room. And Constance Spry once said that a room without flowers is an empty room, and I think I have to agree with it, because there is something nice, whether they're fresh or artificial, to have something in the room. Just, I think, finishes it off. It's like red lipstick or lipstick on a face when you're all done up. It just finishes everything off. Okay, so I've got in here, let me just unravel this so that you can see. These are absolutely gorgeous, those blue hydrangeas, and I've got 3 of those. So I like to work, if you're stuck knowing how many forms to buy, I like to stick to the rule of 3s, 3s and 3s, you know, because it's easy, and I'll show you what I mean by easy, easy, easy in a moment. The green hydrangeas are, I think, almost as good as what's in my garden. And what I love is that some of the petals have got little wee raspberry kisses. It's so cute. I love that. And I've got 3 beautiful lilies. And the thing about the lilies is often I do designs and I just put all the artificial flowers in a little bit of water, and then if I'm at the supermarket, at the flower market, and I see something that smells like nice like the lilies, I just buy those and I just put them in. And you know what? Nobody knows that I've cheated the system. Okay, so I've got 3 of those, and then I've got 3 of the white ones. And if I'd been thinking, you know, before I started wasting time, but I just love playing with flowers, you know. And after I've done all my housework and my house is all resplendent and clean, I just really like playing with flowers, and I can waste hours and hours and hours. Now, the other thing I've got here are 3 of these lovely roses, and I must just tell you, when I touch these roses, they actually feel like roses. They are so beautiful. I love them. Right, what fell down? Oops, sorry. That fell down, so I'll put that there. And I've also got some of the new artificial hydrangea leaf, which I think is just lovely. And the other thing that I've discovered is, like, the colourways all go through together. I think that's really great. That's attention to detail, and I am an attention to detail girl. So, and when I looked at these outside against my hydrangeas, they're sort of like the same green, so it just makes doing something permanent actually much more visually almost real. Okay, so I've got a few bits of that foliage down there which I'll leave. Now, the best way to attempt this is, you've got 3 of everything. So 1 to that, and then put them in, place them as if you were designing a triangle. So there's equal distance between this placement, this placement, this placement, and this placement, or thereabouts. Nothing in nature is perfect. So look, just don't knock yourselves around trying to be perfect, because it just won't work. In between, I'm going to put another one between the whites, like so. If you need to cut these, you can cut them, but you know what? Sometimes you might want to use them in this design and then change it up for another design. So, you know, if you can get away with it, don't worry about cutting them. Now that goes into there. Now these are going to start, and I'm trying to cross over my stems as I'm placing them in. But as a general rule of thumb, if you cut all of your stems to the same length before you start, then half of your issues are solved. Now with the foliage, I'm now just going to put that down and into there. And also, I forgot to tell you that to get your proportions right, it's 1.5 times the height or the width of the container, whichever is the greatest. But if you just take a measurement from there to there and just add that again to the top of that's going to be extruding out or protruding out, and you pretty much got it all sorted out. So I've got one piece over there, I'm going to put one piece into there, and remember I'm crossing everything over as I'm going so that it's actually helping to keep itself together. I've got another piece here which I'll put down and into there, and don't worry if things sort of like fall out of place, because it doesn't sort of kind of matter. So I've got 6 pieces of the foliage that I've put around there, and I'm going to hold that in abeyance for a moment. Now with the lilies, these are they're actually, oops, I've been a bit rough with these because I've done lots of things with them. I'm just going to push that down into there. I've got another one I'm going to bring over and into there. And I'm just, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, this is never going to look like it looked like at the beginning, but that's okay. And I'll put one into there. So I'm still continuing that triangle placement. Now with my foliage, I'm just going to, you could use fresh foliage or you could use artificial foliage. I haven't seen any foliage as such at Prestige Botanicals, apart from they do have some gum, but I just felt that by keeping everything nice and green, it would just keep everything lovely and fresh. Now I've got one more piece, so I'm just going to push that down and into there, and I hope it looks good on, as good on your side as it does on mine. Now with the roses, I'm just going to poke those down and into there, and I'm making this round so that, because I've got a beautiful big table in my lounge, and I just want, as you walk into the lounge, to be able to just walk all the way around it. So I've got one there, I'm going to put one down into here, just turning that around, and then I'll put the next one into there, just like so. How easy was that to produce something that looks big and blousy and full of summer and full of life, and it didn't take that long. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed sharing it with you, and I look forward to seeing you again another day.